right, it's still the Lagos Youth Show on Lagos Television. All right, we have our guests with us already. And our guest is Ahamefule Obinna. I hope I got that right.
Yes, it's good.
Is the founder Peak and Click Africa. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome, Obinna. It's good to have you around. And interestingly, it's good to see an Igbo man giving the
Yoruba
style.
vibe. Like, really?
I mean that's good. It speaks that we are diverse.
Yeah.
And That's
Yeah.
that's the way we ought to be.
Sure.
I mean, we are one in this country.
Of course.
Anyway, it's good to have you around, Obinna.
Thank you.
I mean, you've heard the topic.
Yeah.
I mean, from passion to profit. So let's start it this way. Tell us a little bit about your career journey,
Okay.
and most importantly, are you really doing what you used to be passionate about many years ago?
All right. My career started as an admin manager in a law firm. Funny
Okay.
enough, and we were talking about what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. That's
Serious people.
that was my initial plan, number one. But Nigeria did its thing.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so along the way, while I was working as an admin manager, I observed that I sorted problems that were not related to what I actually do.
Okay.
So, and it was tech related.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, very tech related. So I was like, oh, I do these things, and I'm not even. No one taught me these things, and I just have this affinity, this joy when I do it. Then when I solve a problem, I'll be like, oh, I did it, and everybody will be like, wow, this is wonderful. So I had to go online to say, okay, what's this about? So I got to understand it is tech solutions,
Wow.
right? So I was
Interesting.
fine. And I went online, checked for those men that are the brigade people and everything. They were the first inspiration.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I want to be like this guy. Then that was it. I started going online, YouTube, Udemy. YouTube is like, it's a university on its own.
Yeah.
So people were not tapping into it actually.
Yeah.
So I went there, started doing the research, and started solving solutions that I really wanted to solve, which was tech related.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, what really is Peak and Click? Like,
Okay, pick and click. It came as an idea that pick actually means you should look, right? And click means select. So when you pick and you select, so it's we offer tech solutions. We're also branching into e-commerce. So for the e-commerce, it's where you pick, you see what you like, you pick up. Then tech solutions also, you need a software dev, you need a digital marketer, you need anything you need tech related. You pick,
interesting.
you click. Yeah, that's the solutions we offer.
Interesting. Interesting. So what you're doing now with Pick and Click has it been the thing you've always been passionate about, or it just came along the line like many people always say? You probably got from that phase where things were a bit tight, you needed to create something to make money.
things were tight, creativity just
Creativity
enter.
dropped. So how was that for you?
So one thing is every entrepreneur, from the Dangote and everybody, have where they start from,
Okay.
right? So when you start from that place of strength, as you grow, you branch off.
Okay.
So I started as, okay, I do tech development, I know how to do this thing. So as I'm okay, I know what I'm doing right now, I have to spread my wings.
Okay.
So how can people benefit from this thing I'm doing? Not necessarily me going to an office to work where they pay me.
Okay.
So how can Mr. E from wherever he is experience to also understand and enjoy this thing that I have?
Okay.
So okay, fine, let me do pick and click. So for a start, it's not even about the money I want to make.
Okay.
It's about the lives I want to touch.
Such. Okay.
Right. So when you start from there, then
Okay.
the other
Then
one
we
comes
talk
in.
about profit.
Okay, so let's bring it to the context of passion, hobby, and turn into business. Do you think every passion,
Yeah.
every hobby
Yeah.
can be turned into business?
Okay, the honest truth is, right, you can turn anything into business.
Okay.
But the question is, right, can you make money from it?
Okay.
Not all business makes money.
Of course.
Do you understand? So,
Interesting.
if you have a passion that you want to monetize, you first of all do your market research, because the reason for business is is to make money. You do your business to make money. So first off, you do your market research. And if you have a business and there is no demand, you can't make money. So your market research will be centered on demand. This is my passion that I have. Is there a demand for it? If there's no demand for it, don't turn it to it. Just do it for your family members. Just do it for them.
Yeah.
But if there is a demand for your passion, definitely it's a full-blown business.
All right, so what you're trying to say is not every passion can be turned into business.
Not every passion.
Yeah, because you will not make money
You will not make money. You will not.
Okay.
But there's something you said that really got my attention.
Okay.
You know, when you mentioned that, of course, market research is required.
Yeah.
But there's this thing around, we have seen, like we've
Okay.
seen.
Okay.
Initially, we used to have the conventional comedians,
Mhm.
you know, come in, do
Yeah.
stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But when skit making started, it wasn't really profitable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of people go, who are these guys and all of that.
Mhm.
Then it took time. It was like a sector inside that comic or comedy sector that springed out as a result of change
Yeah.
and all of that. So what do you, what are your, advice to every young person out there that is trying to create something out of the norm that is not existing, right? But what are your words to them in terms of, starting out, still, pushing until when it's established? And what do you think are those parameters from shifting that can possibly shift an idea that is not profitable to being profitable over time?
Okay. So, first, if you have, like the comic example
Comedy, yeah.
if you have a passion, right, and first of all, passion doesn't think of money.
Not manifest.
Money first, passion first,
Okay.
right? Passion first. So when you have that passion first and you're doing it, because you're not thinking about money,
Money, okay.
you won't get tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
You keep pushing, right?
Okay.
Because your main goal is to let people see what you
You're
do.
doing. Okay.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So now, my advice to you is this: as you're doing that your passion,
Okay.
right, for just fun,
Fun.
do something
Okay.
to support you, so you won't so you won't have to go and live under the bridge.
Bridge, true.
That's it. So
Mm.
if your passion now at the long run starts being profitable, fine. Then you can now capitalize on your passion to make more money. And then, if, because that's what we call burnout,
Okay.
right? If your passion is inspired
Okay.
by someone's profitable business, which was probably their passion before,
Okay.
it's not passion.
Mm.
Yes, because
Sorry to cut you. You might actually have that kind of like what the person has. Okay, probably fine. I know I'm funny. Since you're citing the example of skit makers and comedians, I know sometimes I can stand in front of people and just make people laugh,
Yeah.
And I see someone doing it, and sometimes the person puts it online, and I know this person is not as good as I am. I can decide to do that. What do you think?
okay, so
I don't take it as my passion. I mean, I don't take it as something I'm
But I'm
really
just
feeling.
good
But I know
at
when I do it, I just
okay, now
do it.
what you're saying now is this, right? You saw someone doing what you can do,
Yes.
and then you want to do it
Yeah.
because you think you can do it.
Is it-
That means the end goal of you doing that thing, you're not expecting money,
Okay.
right? Now, for example, let's cite Sabinus, for example,
Okay.
the skit maker, right? If someone sees now, the honest truth is most skit makers right now are doing this thing for the money, not because they are passionate about it,
Because
right?
Okay.
That's what they are doing. That's why, at the end of the day, they get burnt out. They get yes, because it's like they're doing and doing and I know now the market is getting saturated.
Yeah.
So they are doing it over and over and over again. It's not bringing in anything, and they are spending. So they get burnout because, and at the same time, once they get burnout, it dies off. So it was really never a passion because passion never dies
Yeah.
unless you're trying to make your passion give you money. If you have the passion from the beginning, you just keep on doing it because you're not expecting anything from it. And when the money comes, you're like, whoa, this thing can give me money. Wow. Do you understand? So if you're inspired by someone's creative abilities, and your inspiration should, we'll ask one question. Your inspiration, is it coming from the financial aspect of that person's life, or it's coming from, oh, I love the way this person makes me laugh, I want to make other people laugh?
Yeah.
So if you answer that question, they will know if you have passion or if you're driven by money.
But
Everybody
I
is
think
looking
that's also another major concern, because as young people, compared to those days, we are all sort of looking for money.
Everybody's
now.
looking for
Because of-
money.
If you look at the throwback of these content creators, the the OGs,
Yes, the
Yeah.
the OGs, the top
yes.
guys.
Mm.
If you look at them and you dare see their throwback, you shout.
Mm.
They've been on this grind for like, some have been there 15, 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Why the younger youths are just there maybe like 1 year
2
and
years.
1 year, 6
And they're already
months.
burning out.
they're already watching out. So it's, I don't say that's passion.
Yeah.
Passion has patience.
No, true.
Yeah,
All
has
right.
patience.
All right. So I'd like to ask.
Okay.
There are every businesses have challenges.
Okay.
Now, looking at it from the angle of your passion, your hobby, turning it to business, what do you think the challenges are? I just want you to give us like maybe 2 challenge,
Okay.
then you give us the solution to it. Simple. Then we'll-
Okay. Turning your hobby into your passion into a business, right? First, you have to understand the laws,
guiding the kind of
industry, yeah, what you're doing, because there are licensing laws, there's copyrights, right? While you're doing a skit or something, you use someone's music or anything prototype to make money, and you didn't pay that person, you're in trouble, and you've not made 1 dime. You're facing lawsuits from left, right. You just run away, right?
Yeah.
And then also when you're turning your hobby into something that gives you body, right? There's what we call scalability, right? For example, let's say you offer a service, right? It's a passion. So you're an artist, or you started with painting portraits of your friends and everybody, and then you're converting it to money. Now imagine you have 10 orders. 10 people ordered for that thing.
Yeah.
So you have to know how to, get people to assist you so you can scale larger. And also, there is what do they call it? Marketing and branding.
Yeah.
Right? You might have the passion and you don't know how to market yourself or brand yourself, and you would be like, this guy is not. What you're doing is good, but people will see it as no. So you have to, and also understand that business, when it comes to business and passion, it's like your passion is there, yes. That's why if you see people that has passion, hobbies that they are good at, they get business person to help them, direct them, teach them the way, how to go to proposals, interviews, talk about what you do, so people will buy what you're offering. So those are like the things you need to know. And then those are the like problems that you have. Then the solutions to some of this is you should know when to reset. Like you've been hitting back, working and going out there every day. Know how to sit back, pause, and reflect, refresh yourself again. Go back to the drawing board.
Know what to do next.
Don't get people bored. You might be repeating same thing over and over again. They're like, don't this guy have anything to offer to us? So that's one thing you should also learn how to. And then that's just it.
Thank you very much, Obinna. I mean, the conversation has been very, very enlightening. But there's something you also said that I think I really find really, really interesting.
Okay.
There's this popular saying I always hear. They say passion is not enough, right? But I've seen time without number that what even gives people the staying power, what they do is passion.
Yeah.
So my thought and question to you is, how do you now balance the thin line between passion and your business? Of course, when they say, it's not always about passion, but like you mentioned, burnout, when you get into that phase where the challenge becomes too tough,
Yeah.
you need passion to keep you.
To keep you.
At the same time, when passion is not really visible,
Mhm.
you need that business mindset to stay afloat. So,
Okay.
what is your advice to suggesting how we can create a balance between those two separate ideas?
That's a tough one. Okay, so to balance passion and business, we all know that first, passion is the inspiration for that business.
Yeah.
So when you're feeling overwhelmed from the business point of view, you ask yourself the why. So there's one thing about that I learned from my boss. He said, if you ask yourself why 5 times, right, you'll get a solution. So when you're feeling pressured because your passion is now a business, right?
Yeah.
That line, you ask yourself, why did I start this?
Okay.
So you started because it was fun.
Okay.
You started because if it's comedy, you like making people laugh.
Okay.
So that will ease that pressure.
That very intention. Okay.
Probably that moment, you feel like you're spending a lot on something, on art probably, and it's affecting,
It's affecting.
right? So when you tell yourself, oh, I started this thing for fun, you will tell yourself, oh, I'm actually spending this money because I love doing this thing.
Okay.
So it will calm you,
Okay.
right? Then you ask yourself, this thing that I'm doing, right? Is it fulfilling a purpose,
The core purpose. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when you answer those questions, you end up finding out that, yes, the reason why I'm being pressured is because I'm trying to raise the bar so high. And along the line, I've forgotten what got me started in the first place. So it's still part of what I said, resetting.
Resetting. Okay.
So you have to when you get to the point, just go back,
Take a pause.
relax,
Yeah.
think
And
about what to do
what
next.
to
Yeah.
do next.
Don't push yourself
Don't push
too
yourself too much.
hard.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for coming, Ahamefule Obinna.
Yes.
I'm proud of myself. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
in few seconds
Yeah.
now, few seconds.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for young folks like us? You are dear, you are CEO. So, in a few seconds.
Yeah, my advice is keep doing what you're doing. Like this thing that Obinna said, you can't keep doing one thing for 5 years and you will make it
Expect-
soon. So
Yeah, true.
consistency,
Consistency.
Okay.
discipline,
All right.
you will get there.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Beautiful.
much.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on a quick break. When we get back,
Yes.
yeah, we'll be rounding up the show.
Beautiful. All right, welcome back, guys. I mean, Tosin, it's been back. I should start again. Okay, yes, welcome back. It's still the Lagos Youth Show, and it's been an amazing episode so far. I mean,
Yes, of
we've
course.
learnt
Yes, of course.
a lot. Tosin, what are your take-home thoughts?
All right.
from the
So,
session?
one, the first two things I said, I picked something from it. Not all hobby or
Yeah.
passion
Yeah.
can be turned into business.
Yeah.
So that is whatever hobby you have. Look at it. If you eventually want to turn it into business, if you eventually want to make money
Yeah.
from it, do your survey very well. Check the market. See if it's profitable. If it's not, don't try it. You can just do it for fun.
Yeah.
So if you do it for fun, you know you're not expecting anything from it.
Exactly.
But if you want to turn it into business, check well.
Very important.
Very
I think that's
important.
very, very instrumental. And importantly also, I remember when he noted that it is very crucial that if you are starting out something like a hobby that is not profitable, please have something on the side
Yeah.
to pay your bills, to cover major costs, because you need to live to be able to express your
Till you
passion.
blow.
So,
Alright, so it's a wrap today on the edition of the Lagos Youth Show on Lagos Television. Till we come your way some other time, I am Oluwatose Olajide.
and I am Tosin Ikuyimin. Peace.
Ciao, ciao.